Canada, I met with a grizzly bear. It was pretty serious,
Mhm.
And I'll tell you some details. I offered a little prayer to God, to the divine, and I said, it's my third walk across Canada, and I haven't seen one bear. That's ridiculous in Canada.
Mhm.
And I thought it would be very nice to see you in the avatar in the form of a bear, from a distance, of course. And so I was walking with my support guy. We had a routine where he would drive 5 kilometers ahead and then walk back to join me. And then we would, you know, go forward to where the vehicle was, and then kind of like a
Mhm.
leapfrog type of method, right? So it
Yeah.
was, I had offered this prayer and I was quite serious about it. I just wanted to see, uh, a big furry guy. And so me and my friend, we were talking. We are in the mountainous area of British Columbia, and just coming around the corner on a very quiet highway called the Crow's Nest Pass was what looked like an ape, like an African gorilla with big,
Mhm.
hump on his shoulders. And so
Wow.
I looked a little closer and said, "Hey, wait a minute, what's that ahead of us? It looks like an ape or a gorilla or something." I said, "No, no,
Mhm.
actually, it's a bear, and he's coming our way. And there's no shelter around here. We're walking through national park, and it's quiet, and it's early in the morning." So we decided to we keep walking. And what was interesting about this bear is that he did not see us. Bears don't see very well. And this was a grizzly bear, the big guys. And
Mhm.
but he smelled us first. He smelled. He got up on his, hind legs, yeah, and stuck his nose out in the air. So and
Mhm.
then went back down and was walking pretty much right in the middle of the 2-lane highway. And we just kept going. With our faith is quite strong. The road is like your amigo, and you feel the road will always bring help. So but there was no way to go. You couldn't. There's no. There's no people. It's just wilderness.
Yeah.
And so the road was an incline. You couldn't really go anywhere. You're stuck on the road, like a narrow path. So fortunately, a motorist came by and he tooted his horn, and the bear took off. So we kept walking, the two of us, and then we heard a snort behind us. And then we turned around, and
Mm.
there was the bear, this huge thing. And it was clearly interested in us. Okay. Now, my buddy and I, we knew enough not to panic, and we knew not to run because that gets the bear excited. We learned enough. We studied enough about how to deal with these animals.
Mhm.
So we did walk backwards a bit. We started to chant protective mantras and also raise your arms up. So you're supposed to do that because the eyesight of the bear, as I mentioned, is not very sharp. If he sees something tall, he may
Mhm.
back off. But this is a grizzly. Nothing really intimidates them too much, whereas black bears, they may. So we kept chanting, Namaste Narasimhaya. It's a Sanskrit mantra meant for protection.
Mhm.
And we talked to the bear a little bit as well, just like to make we're friends with them. We're walking backwards, and
Mhm.
you're very big and strong, and you're beautiful. Those kind of things we were making. And I was talking to my buddy Garuda. Says, "What are we going to do? There's no place to go." And in my mind, I was thinking, if the bear starts charging, and he was really just 4 meters away from us, that's all. And if he starts charging, I could go. I was thinking, I'll go one way, and my buddy can go the other way. At least one of us will be safe.
Mhm.
So, anyways, what transpired then? We're walking in what a big sort of cavernous mountain valley, and there was this
Uh-huh.
noise, like almost like the roar of a lion, and it was going.
Mm.
And what it was is it was a
Mhm.
big transport trailer coming from at the bottom of the valley, climbing his
Mhm.
way up, shifting gears. and it made such a resonant sound, like an echoey dynamic. And we could see he was coming. He was coming behind the bear, way behind. Bear couldn't understand, and we just kept praying and hoping everything would be okay. That's the first
Mhm.
motorist we saw for many minutes, and so finally the bear could understand. Uh, the uh, the road was shaking underneath his paws, and he
Mhm.
finally figured it out. The sound is coming from behind. So we looked behind, and then he dashed off once again, and we didn't see him again.
Wow.
And the lesson to be learned is you have to watch what you pray for.